here we go. That's the screen Photoshop file, and here is the prints from my selfie. Now, I have to print off the memory card because Canon hasn't made drivers for El Capitan, so hurry up and do that, Canon. You're a bit slow. But anyway, I have these Australians in Hong Kong double-sided printouts, and I am doing a little video project for tomorrow. Just doing a fun little project where I hope we can get some good views. Kind of doing a little competition, but you can have a look at what we do tomorrow. What I'm going to do is I've got to get these out. I'm going to fold them in half so they will show Australians in Hong Kong in both sides. Now, Australians in Hong Kong is a social group for Australians that are in Hong Kong. That makes total sense. And it's a meetup group on meetup.com, and we're trying to get more Australians involved and just have a little community where we can just hang out, have a drink together, have some food together, and just make some new friends with other people from around that part of the world. So here we go, Australians in Hong Kong, and I have a very clean piece of glass. So this is going to be for my video, which is going to be filmed tomorrow. Now I need to cut this so it fits. That's it. And I'm just going to make 2 of these, but I did actually print a few more of these because they're actually kind of cool little table cards, because sometimes people try to find our meetup event and they can't find us because they're not sure which group we are. So I made a couple more of these, but this one is going to go on here. I'm going to tape it down, and both sides you'll be able to see it, so you'll see what we're making tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow's video is probably going to be put on here as well as my other well, I guess I got to start that channel, Australians in Hong Kong channel, because we don't yet have one yet, but it would be good to have one. We can also put on Facebook. But something that hopefully people will want to share, a little short video that's kind of a viral little type kind of video. Here we go, double-sided tape. And okay, that kind of works. Now let's stick it onto here. Now, good thing I have these panes of glass. Now, they're actually from an IKEA little wardrobe unit. And I've cleaned them off, and I got rid of the cabinet unit, and I've kept these pieces of glass. I knew I'd have a use for them somehow. I always thought I'd use them for photography, maybe to put something on top like that. But actually, now that Debbie and I had this idea, it's going to come in handy. It's actually going to be a plate. So that's what I'm creating now. Okay, I wonder if this will work if I put it on the other side. How clear is this double-sided tape going to be? And by the way, if you're watching this channel, maybe I need to do this. I hope you can see, because I don't actually have a monitor on this camera. I can't actually see the back of the screen. Some of the new cameras, you can actually turn the LCD to face the back, face the front, which is great if you're filming solo selfie style. But this one, the Sony RX100 Mark II, doesn't have that feature, and I kind of wish it did. And then they got rid of the hot shoe in the Mark IV. Now I've got a little mic here which is attached to the hot shoe on that camera. It's giving me a Bluetooth wireless microphone feed, and it's really good when it works. Sometimes there's a bit of interference, and it doesn't gives me this horrible Bluetooth interference noise. And you can actually tell because this camera, you can't actually plug in a monitor, like headphones. You can't actually plug that in. So I wish Sony would make a little camera, RX100 size, that has the multi-interface shoe which goes on top. I'm pointing at it, but you can't see it. As well as a little monitor for your ears, so we can make sure the sound works, as well as a flip-up screen. Now maybe the RX10, I think it's called, does it, but it's a little bit bulkier, and I really love the size of the RX100. It's small, it's compact, it's a great little camera, I love it. So anyway, if you notice that I'm ranting on about camera stuff, the reason is because you're actually watching a test video, a test channel and a practice channel called Josh Tam's Video Diary. And I'm going to start a professional, well, a YouTube channel on photography or professional photography. I hope my channel is professional as well. And so I am doing these practice videos, at least one a day. Every day I'm doing a little video, I'm practicing narrating in front of camera, I'm practicing all the camera work, like looking at the camera. I noticed that someone said we didn't do enough of that. Thanks Holly for the good feedback. We didn't do enough of that in the last video, so I will try to look at the camera more. And it's kind of not a natural thing. I'm actually making something, or sometimes I'm chatting to guests, and I can't be looking at the camera all the time. Or I should learn to look at the camera all the time. So this is a learning thing as well. Now, what do you reckon about that? That looks good. There is a, I think I've said it already, but there is a reason that this needs to be double-sided. That's looking pretty good. Okay. That's one plate done, and here's the other plate. So I do realize that these videos may be kind of boring because they're long, they're not edited. This is all one take. If I cough, I put it in. If I make a mistake, if I say too many ums or ahs, I'm not editing that out, not for these. This is so I can get a lot of videos out quickly and practice. And as they say, practice makes perfect. But it's actually perfect practice makes perfect. If you're practicing correctly, if you don't practice right, then you're just going to get good at not being good, if you know what I mean. So, you might need to angle this up. Hang on a sec. So, for example, someone I know, a friend of mine said, I've been brushing my teeth every day, maybe a few times a day, of my life. And I still suck at it, because someone actually had to teach him how to brush his teeth, properly. I'm not quite sure what exactly he was doing wrong, but there is actually a technique to brush your teeth properly. Your dentist will probably know. There is definitely a way to brush your teeth that's better than just, you might have learnt it and never practiced it properly. So there is a way, I'm sure dentists would know, the best way to brush your teeth. So, this video is getting long, but that's okay. Speaking of brushing your teeth, I use a Philips ultrasonic toothbrush, and I love the thing. I used to have a Braun, and of course they don't pay me to say any of this, but if the product's good, I'm going to tell you about it. And that's the same when I start my photo show. If there's a product, if there's a piece of camera gear, a lens, or whatever that I think is great, I'm going to tell you about it. And if there's one that's not so good, I'm going to also tell you about it. And if you've been following this channel, you know that I've been complaining about various products. And in this one, in the start of this channel video, I was actually complaining about the Canon selfie printer because they are so slow on your drivers. So I will tell you if something isn't good. The problem with Canon is their drivers for their cameras come out way late, so I have to run a memory card to that printer. I can't connect a USB and just hit print. I have to save it to the memory card, take the memory card out, eject it, and then walk over there, put the memory card in, and then find it. It's an extra step, and alright, it's only an extra step, but you know, it's about efficiency, and it's kind of about being lazy, because laziness is actually a feature. People are lazy, and they conserve energy, and they do things more efficiently. So if you're lazy, it may not necessarily be a bad thing. Although there are things that if you're lazy, it is a bad thing. And I remember telling David on the last channel test show we did not to be a lazy photographer. Being a lazy photographer, like you don't want to take that extra step to the right or the left that will make a difference between an average photo and a good photo. Or spending that time to move something out of the way, or you know, it makes a big difference. Okay, now I actually have to say, it's actually a good thing that these videos are long and boring, because it kind of means less people are going to watch them. Now, people may say, hey Josh, don't you want a lot of people to watch these videos? And the answer is kind of no. I am practicing right now. I'm doing a live practice. I'm putting it on the net. I'm putting it on YouTube. I'm practicing. I'm spending a lot of time to practice to get this right. To get all the things I mentioned before good. And it's a practice thing. It's not the final result. And I want the final result to be good, which is why I practice. So I'd rather people not really see this, because I want them to see the stuff I'm going to do later, which will be a bit more polished and a bit more refined and a bit better. Not as boring, not as long, not as ranty. So something that's to the point, something that's fun to watch and looks good, has good production and all that. But that said, how am I going to practice doing a YouTube channel properly if I hide away? I actually know that this is going to go up online, and people do watch my videos. They're not all just me watching it. I'm sure five hits are probably 5 counts are probably me. But there are other people on the net that are watching this, so good on you. I wish you'd leave me more comments, because I'd like to know what you think of these videos. Keeping in mind that they are test videos and they're supposed to be long. It's supposed to be kind of boring. Leave me some feedback. In fact, you know, you can even leave me negative feedback. Some feedback is good. I know a lot of people wouldn't like that. A lot of people would shy away from negative feedback because they get hurt by it. It can be damaging. There are people that sit there online and just, they like to hack down other people that get themselves out there, that show up. They do a talk, or they write a book, or they put a photo up, or they write a podcast, or they make a YouTube channel. And there are so many people that love to shoot people down, but that's not always the best thing. It's easy to hide behind a computer screen and chop people down, and it's probably kind of fun, but it's better off if you get yourself out there and be brave. Put yourself online. Online being a place where anyone in the whole world with an internet connection can go and see you. Literally anyone with a fast enough connection, as long as they're not banned by their government, can actually go and watch this video if they want to. I'm not saying they should, but it is possible to. So it's a scary thing. So my point was that it's kind of scary to put yourself out there, but do it. And if you're at home, be encouraging. Give people positive criticism. So find what's not good about it, but tell them how they can improve, and that's sometimes the best feedback. Because I might watch these videos and not realize that, oh, my fly's undone, or wow, I say too much, or I'm too long and boring, or I don't make enough eye contact, or whatever, or I need a better haircut. I mean, you can tell me that. Or I need to wear trendier clothes. You know, this is too daggy. Whatever. But be positive. Say it in a way that builds people up, and try to have a flow of positive energy around you, and you'll be happier. You'll have a better experience throughout life. So here we go with another ranty video. I finished what I was making before. It looks good. There's my Photoshop file. And you're gonna have to stay tuned to watch the video that I'm gonna make. And that one will be polished. It will be edited, it will be cut. We'll do a really good job with it, hopefully. And I'll catch you tomorrow. But yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll have it cut already, maybe not. Anyway, I'll catch you later on Josh Town's Video Diary, and perhaps even the Australians in Hong Kong YouTube channel. All right, signing off, bye.